Good evening for Wall Street Media. I'm Cynthia, and I'm here with Doug, and we'll help you make money in the stock market with information you will not find anywhere else.
Exclusive stuff. Tyler over at FBR today.
Well, Tyler had to fill in for me today over at FBR. You can also follow the conference at wsw.com/webcast/FBR21.
Hey, you are the best. And these are some pretty good videos that we have.
We have pretty good videos for you today. We actually have several for you today for your entertainment.
Viewing pleasure.
I was going to say,
ideas.
I almost said dining pleasure.
No.
Anyway, so what we do is we actually go to these conferences, as we explain all the time. We get the most pertinent information, we filter through it, and we give it to you so you can be an educated investor.
Doggone, I forgot the feedback. You rushed me too much. People said they loved the show.
We got a lot of
and gave us some
yesterday.
ideas. Justin from Minnesota wrote in.
Nice.
Yeah, he's
What did he say about my joking? Did he say I'm funny?
Awesome. He is awesome. Well, actually, no, he was talking about stocks.
Oh, okay.
But I'm sure he was thinking nice things
all
about
right.
you. And he had some great picks.
Is this
and
Justin from Minnesota again?
Yeah. Yeah, he's a genius. This kid, every friggin' stock that he writes in about. If you guys own these stocks that she's sooner or later going to talk
my
about.
Portfolio.
Maybe he should. Somebody should.
Justin should have his own investment company.
Yes, he should, but you just let stuff sit
there. Is he on Covester?
No. You just let stuff, stuff sit there.
Hello? When are you going to get on the ball, Covester?
You got CEOs for us.
But I like you. You write in all the time.
He writes
in the nicest way.
In the nicest, kindest way.
Picks.
All his picks.
Yeah. No, because people should be following this guy.
I know they should.
Not just you with your private trading over there. Okay. Anyway, David Hale, executive and chairman and interim CEO of Somaxon Pharmaceuticals, or
I like this one.
SOMX, good for you, talks about Silanor. Aww.
I thought it was
going to be Silanor. I thought it was going to be like to stop snoring or something, but just sleeping, same thing.
This is a good one. It says it doesn't bind to something in particular, so that the next day you're not like hungover and stuff. That's what the German and I were talking about.
Yeah, like NyQuil. You wake up on like a hangover.
I can't sleep, right? And he and I have some stuff from the HGH guy. And
bad conscience?
It gives me like, but it makes me like sleepy for a couple hours the next day. It's like a hangover.
Oh, is that why I get you first thing in the morning and you're yawning on set?
Yeah,
talks about Silanor and insomnia treatment.
And he says this doesn't do it.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
An insomnia treatment, potent and specific H1 antagonist, and he explains the efficacy of it. And just so, antagonist means that goes again. So that's probably what it does. It probably attacks the H1, this one doesn't do.
A fundamentally different mechanism of action. Histamine, or H1, is one of several waking neurotransmitters important in the arousal system. And Silanor has been shown to have a high affinity for H1 receptors. So Silanor exerts its activity at night through the blockade of H1, which promotes and maintains sleep. But this H1 blockade does not prevent or diminish arousal due to other neurotransmitters in the arousal system, meaning patients can wake up during the night if they need to because of a baby crying or some other thing happening that they need to wake up and be alert. Silanor at these very low doses is a potent and specific H1 antagonist. It exhibits these activities without clinically relevant binding to other receptors that are associated with next-day sedation and anticholinergic effects. So in looking at the profile of Silanor, we've demonstrated in multiple clinical trials that it affects sleep onset, sleep maintenance, prevention of early awakenings. We've demonstrated the efficacy of Silanor in both adults and the elderly patient population, and both in chronic and transient insomniacs. We've also demonstrated significantly improved sleep quality and shown in a long-term study in the elderly a sustained effect after 3 months. So we believe that Silanor has very differentiated profile, in the overall efficacy. And let me just show you a couple of slides demonstrating some of the results of our clinical program. First of all, in the adult chronic insomnia PSG trial, in this trial we demonstrated that Silanor had a significant effect, even versus placebo, even at hour 7 or 8 during the night. So in other words, basically Cylonor can keep patients asleep during the night so they get what is a full night's sleep, which is important to patients with chronic insomnia.
Okay.
No, that'll help you sleep.
This is the H1.
That'll help you sleep.
Okay. And these are the antagonists. It doesn't stick to it. So the next day, I caught both of them. Did you see that?
Thank you, Professor. Okay. Next
I signed Tyler up for the trial.
Good.
Okay.
Good. Maybe he'll get some sleep and get those dark eye circles out of there. All right. Jeffrey P. McMullen, CEO of FarmNet Development Group, PDGI, ticker, discusses the Phase 1 in regulatory products and the bioanalytical laboratory services. Again, let's roll that clip of Jeffrey P. McMullen, CEO.
We have 3 Phase 1 facilities, one in Quebec City with 200 beds, one in Montreal with 154, and one in Toronto, our newest facility, newest clinic, with 160-bed capacity. So total capacity about 514 beds, which makes us a major player in the Phase 1 area. The Phase 1 area is also supported by strong regulatory and scientific capabilities in our various Canadian offices. This allows us to help clients design these studies and to interact with the regulatory authorities. The other part of early stage is the bioanalytical laboratories. Now, I want to be clear that this is different from central laboratories which do clinical lab work. This is quantitative analysis of drug levels in blood and other biological materials. It's an integral part of many types of clinical trials. On the generic side, it's part of the bioequivalency testing that's done, and on the branded side, it's part of understanding the characteristics of drugs that are introduced into the human system. So we're involved in this. We develop assays and then, of course, analyze samples that are coming in from studies that either we are doing or studies that our clients are doing themselves or with other facilities. And again, this supports bioavailability, drug metabolism, bioequivalence, and Phase 1 through 4 drug interaction studies. We analyzed about 1.1 million samples last year, which is a tremendous volume.
Well, that was Jeffrey P. McMullen, CEO of FarmNet Development. Thank you, Jeffrey.
These guys are up 7% today.
Good for them. Let's move right along now. Richard A. Leckleiter, CFO of Kindred Healthcare, KND, ticker, discusses the hospital business, same-store organic opportunities, and adding facilities to the portfolio. He also talks about the development strategy. Let's take a look.
As we look into our hospital business, some further growth drivers here. This is a business, again, that is rebounding from some pretty significant reimbursement cuts over the last 3 years. But it's also a business that continues to drive a lot of non-government, higher non-government business. For example, in the first quarter this year, 34% of our revenues in this business came from non-government sources. That compares to 30% a year ago, and probably 2 years ago, 25%. So the strategy of the company in terms of growing its non-government revenue base is clearly working. And again, most of that growth, we think, centers around the value proposition and our managed care strategy within this business. And you can see some early signs of success here in terms of sales and marketing and what I would call a heightened level of accountability within the organization around sales and marketing in terms of referral rates, conversions, admissions, and then quality mix. So again, something that we started last summer. We're in the early innings here, but I think something that's already showing some pretty decent results in terms of top-line growth. In terms of our development strategy, again, this is a pretty diverse portfolio across the country in terms of our existing facilities. We have one replacement facility under construction in Sacramento. We have hospitals expected that are under construction, expected to open in the next couple of years. And we also have 2 hospital-in-hospital projects, both of which are expected to open in 2009 in Southern California, which is a very strong market for Kindred hospital operations. So while, we're pretty excited about our organic growth strategy, we're also pretty excited about investing capital in this business and growing our presence in key markets.
And that was the CFO of Kindred Healthcare. Well, that was a little bit we had from FBR. We have quite a bit more coming your way, so thanks for joining us. We're here every day at Wall Street Media. You can also look below us and click on the feedback. Okay, do you want to talk about what you like, or can we wrap up, please?
Just don't forget to tell them about Colvester, because I may buy some of these.
And Doug likes Farmanet. So,
and I like the sleeping pill guys.
And the sleeping pill guys, because Doug needs some sleep. Anyway, you can find us every day here, like I said before. You can also click below and leave us some feedback. If you own any of these companies, please tell us what you think. Also, don't forget to leave us feedback just generally about the show. We'd love to hear that. You can find us at
I'm probably going to add.
SOMX.
SOMX.
SOMX. So every day, www.wsmco.com. I know, www.
You always go above and beyond.
I try.
It's the show biz in
I think that's what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we'll see you again soon. Thank you. Good evening.